Trapped in darkness, the early grip of self-hatred. Self-hatred took root in my childhood. I was a shy, awkward kid. Constant criticism echoed in my ears. I felt flawed. I was told I was too sensitive, too emotional, too much. This constant negativity became my inner voice. I started to believe I was unworthy of love or happiness. Every mistake felt like proof of my worthlessness. I withdrew from others, fearing their judgment. My inner world became a prison of self-doubt and shame. I desperately craved connection but believed I didn't deserve it. As I grew older, self-hatred tightened its grip. I became my own worst critic. Every thought, every action was scrutinized and found wanting. I was trapped in a cycle of negativity. I longed for a way out, but the darkness felt impenetrable. Self-hatred had become my constant companion. I didn't know how to live any other way. Shadows on relationships, family, and the burden of shame. Self-hatred poisoned my relationships. I pushed away those who tried to get close. I was terrified of being vulnerable, of letting anyone see the real me. My family, though well-intentioned, often triggered my deepest insecurities. Their words, meant to be helpful, felt like sharp criticisms. I carried the weight of their expectations, feeling like a constant disappointment. I craved their approval but didn't believe I deserved it. This created a chasm between us. I withdrew further, isolating myself in a fortress of shame. The pain of disconnection was immense. I longed for closeness but didn't know how to bridge the gap. My self-hatred had created an invisible barrier, keeping me trapped in a cycle of loneliness and despair. A glimmer of hope. The turning point. Years passed. The weight of self-hatred became unbearable. I was exhausted from the constant battle within. Then came a moment of clarity, a sudden realization that I couldn't live this way anymore. This wasn't living. It was merely existing. I was tired of the self-sabotage, the missed opportunities, the constant pain. I wanted something more. I deserved more. This realization was terrifying but also liberating. For the first time, I allowed myself to hope. I reached out for help, taking the first step towards healing and self-acceptance. This was my turning point, the moment I chose myself. The path to healing: therapy, support, and self-discovery. Starting therapy was one of the bravest things I've ever done. It was a space to confront my demons, to unpack years of pain and self-criticism.
I became a compassionate guide, helping Mary navigate the complexities of her emotions. She learned about the power of self-compassion.
It was a foreign concept, but I slowly began to practice it. I started challenging my negative self-talk, replacing it with kindness and understanding.
Joining a support group was another turning point. Sharing my story with others who understood my struggles was incredibly validating.
I wasn't alone in my pain. The shared experience gave me strength and hope. Healing wasn't linear. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, and resurgences of old patterns. But I was committed to the journey. I learned to sit with my discomfort, to embrace vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Emerging from the darkness, growth, resilience, and renewed relationships. As I healed, I started to see myself differently. I acknowledged my strengths, celebrated my accomplishments, and forgave my mistakes. The world seemed brighter, and possibilities opened up. My connection with my family deepened. We began to communicate more openly and honestly. While challenges remained, there was a newfound understanding and acceptance. The love that was always there was finally able to flow freely. S2. Our relationships transformed. Mary allowed herself to be vulnerable, to let people in. She learned to communicate her needs and set healthy boundaries. A continuous journey, embracing self-love and inspiring hope. Self-love isn't a destination, it's a continuous journey. There are still days when self-doubt creeps in, but now I have the tools to navigate those difficult emotions. I practice gratitude, mindfulness, and self-care. I share my story to inspire hope. If I can break free from the shackles of self-hatred, so can you. Believe in your worthiness. You are deserving of love, happiness, and fulfillment. Embrace your imperfections. They are what make you unique and beautiful. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Choose yourself every single day. The journey is worth it. The light awaits you.